everyone, I'm Jesse Allison. Welcome to Midwest Access. Well, it is a beautiful Friday. I hope you're getting a chance to get outside and enjoy the sunshine and the trees beginning to bud and bloom. And speaking of beautiful, Sarah Gannon is here with me today.
I was just going to say, you're the one that's beautiful today.
Oh, no, I'm really enjoying the pink. That was just a happy accident.
We coordinated really well. I got to fix my little ruffle sleeves there.
So it is Friday today. And did you know that May 3rd is also National Garden Meditation Day? I mean, there's a day every day.
I mean, there always is, but I'd never heard of something like that.
Right?
That's cool.
Kind of cool, right? So it encourages people to take time out of your hectic routine, get outside, meditate, get in touch with nature. And I was told this actually by our Chuck Sibley about this beautiful Maywood bluebells that is kind of an amazing thing in Rochester. And if you haven't seen them, you've got to go to the Maywood Trail. It just lasts for a little bit of time, just about a week or so. They start blooming. Typically, they start to make their appearance just before Mother's Day. So you gotta get out now and see them. Absolutely gorgeous. So.
Yeah, I've never seen though. I haven't been out to that trail yet, and I haven't seen the bluebells there. So that'll be something to kind of add to the bucket list. And
there you go.
It's gonna be a nice weekend.
It is,
especially the second half of the weekend.
Really?
To get outside and enjoy those conditions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So that's your bluebell day. Well, coming up, it's a little bit of a sad, little bittersweet day for us at KTTC. Chief photographer Chuck Sibley retires after more than 51 years here at the station, and we get to talk to him a little bit about his career and answer some of the questions that you left for us on Facebook.
All right, and then Jesse, you had a visit this morning with KNS Heating, where we learn about how a heat pump cools your home. All right.
And someone else who's retiring, artistic director Rick of Choral Arts Ensemble and Honors Choir is here. He's retiring, and he's here to tell us more about a successor and a final concert that's coming up this weekend.
All right, and we have a balloon designer and owner of Rainbow Balloons by Angelica. Yeah. She will be showing off some of her balloon designs here in the studio later on.
Awesome.
They look really nice.
It is really getting festive in here. And I mean, this is beyond what I thought balloons could even do. It's so beautiful.
And Jesse, I have to admit, I'm a little bit afraid of balloons.
Are you?
Like, not balloons as a whole, because they're very pretty.
Yes.
I can hold a balloon, I can do all that.
Okay.
I'm just afraid when they pop. I'm very much a scaredy cat. Loud noises tend to startle me.
Okay.
I'm very much like a cat, where loud noises startle me. So I'm always afraid of like popping balloons.
Yeah, okay,
so
well, we'll help you keep your distance a little bit. No popping, everyone's fingers crossed.
And here is our question of the day. The average American ignores this for 4 months. What is it?
Ooh.
Ignores this for 4 months?
I want to say like any kind of like if I get a light on my car or something, you know, like change oil. Yeah. Hopefully I don't ignore it for 4 months, but that's something I can ignore.
There's a lot of like car related things, changing the clock in your oil, some of those dash lights.
Yep.
Eating healthy, that check engine light, yeah.
I like that one. I'll just ignore it till fall.
Winter, the dentist.
Oh, yep, there's that too. You know what, I'll say that's a good one too. Like a toothache, I'll ignore that as long as kind of humanly possible. Oh! And there it was, proof that Sarah's a little startled by that, which I've been told is globophobia. It's now Globophobia Awareness Day today on KTTC. You spoke it out in the world, and it happened.
I spoke it into existence.
It did. It's okay, though. It's
okay. I know it's not done on purpose. However, the ones who do it on purpose, you are on my list. Yes. People that I'm not happy with. Anyways, something to be happy about is our forecast today. As you can see, beautiful sunshine all across southeast Minnesota, northeast Iowa here today. Hopefully you at home have been able to get out and enjoy it. I know I opened up the blinds this morning, and my kitty cat just was drawn to that sunbeam in the living room from the sunshine coming into the window here this morning. So a fantastic day to get outside. A lot of people out and about walking the dogs, getting the kids outside. Perfect day to do that. With those beautiful blue skies and that sunshine, as we check in there from your Lewis Nauto live camera, we are sitting at 68 degrees here in Rochester. Area-wide, our local temperatures have been staying into those upper 60s and a lot of 70s here in southeast Minnesota and northeast Iowa. 72 there in Winona, 70 in Decorah, Cresco, Charles City, Osage, Mason City, Forest City, all across northeastern Iowa there. Same for Preston, Austin, and Albert Lee. Folks towards Red Wing at 73, 72 in Winona. Outside, we are looking at those beautiful clear skies overhead. However, keeping an eye on a couple showers that may be headed our way here very late tonight. We are tracking a couple more showers on the way as we head towards the weekend. But the good news is not a washout by any means. So if you have some plans here for this evening, want to do some grilling, get out on the patio, just take some time outside. Tonight is going to be a great night to do that. And then we're looking ahead to a little bit of a rain chance here for your Saturday, but don't worry, more sunshine on the way for the weekend, so not a total washout. I'll explain all those forecast details in your first alert weather. Jesse?
Thank you, Sarah. Well, I'm joined by a legend here at the station, our chief photographer, Chuck Sibley. After more than 51 years, he's retiring, but he's not going away yet. We've got some hopefully he'll give us some answers to some of the viewers' questions they posted throughout the day. So, Chuck, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine.
Wonderful. Well, it's been such a treat. I'm fairly new here, but it's been such a treat to get to know you.
Yeah, you too.
Yes. Yeah, we got to go out on a shoot today. So later you'll see the product of that, but it was my first and last shoot. Such a treat, Chuck. Okay, we'll get to these questions. So Jason Holland asks, what is your favorite story that you've went on? He has a guess.
If he doesn't say the Gopher Days, he's wrong. No, the Viola Gopher Count story with Lyle, king of gopher trappers, is absolutely my favorite.
It is. It's
he was
the
85.
Best.
He was 85 when we did that story. Yeah.
Oh, it's
and
so
he was still
good.
trapping. Yeah, and ran. That's my favorite.
It's a good one.
That and covering the Twins winning the World Series in 1991, and covering Lourdes High School winning a state title, football game in 1979, coming back after my cancer surgery.
Yeah.
Millions of other stories.
So many. That's what's so tough. I mean, all these years. So Stacy Sinner wants to know, how do you stay consistently upbeat and engaged in your work and with everyone, in the midst of sometimes really difficult subject matter? So some of the things we cover in the news. Yeah.
You learn by experience. You learn by keeping that high level of curiosity, which is really, really important when you're in journalism. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And you learn from experience that just when you think you've seen it all in this crazy racket, you haven't.
No, it's just beginning. Yeah, there's always something new.
And what's the next one?
Marie Maurer asks, any big plans for your retirement?
One of the things I want to do probably more than anything is reach out to the American Cancer Society as a longtime cancer survivor and do some volunteer work for them. Because I'm very blessed to still be on this planet, and but I want to do some work for them and maybe mow some fairways and stuff like that on public golf courses. And
that sounds awesome.
And I'll do some traveling.
Good. Well, we had a little retirement party for you yesterday, and your sister said, now it's time to get busy. One of your sisters.
Yeah, one of five.
One of five. Now we know why you're so tough. Growing up with 5 girls.
Yeah, Chuck, can you get out of the bathroom, please? Having 5 sisters, you didn't get to spend a whole lot of time in the bathroom as a little smurf,
No, not at all. Okay, tell me about your shirt that you've got on today.
Well, it is the best bar in town.
Okay.
Without question, it's the best bar in town. But no, it's not a bar. It's a softball team.
Oh, it is. Okay.
It's a softball team that we made up in the late 70s. And we've been passing a lot of these out to workmates and other people around. But everywhere we would go to play slow pitch softball, people would say, where's that bar? We want to go there. And we would just start BSing them and say, oh, just drive around Rochester, you'll find it. So it's just a softball team T-shirt, but
maybe
they're kind of cool.
It's very cool. Maybe that's something later on in years you might open. That could be your new thing.
Wow, that could be a honeymoon, and then it could be a landslide.
Right.
Like any bar.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we get to keep you a little bit longer today.
Okay.
I hope you knew that.
Sure.
We're going to answer some more questions. And still to come on Midwest Access, we've got your local headlines with Noah Kaplan, and Chuck will be back.
Hey, you grizzled veteran.
Cash in on the best pick.
Welcome back to Midwest Access. I'm Noah Kaplan. Now time for a look at your local headlines. Electric scooters are back for the season in Rochester, and some say they're still posing problems. New this year, the city and Lime are implementing new strategies to make sure they don't become a nuisance. That includes reducing the number of scooters or e-bikes left in problematic locations. Chris Matthews navigates the city on foot daily. He says he frequently comes across the scooter right in the middle of the sidewalk, which especially creates issues for those who are visually impaired or have mobility issues.
To me, it's also not just about my situation and my frustration, but we're a city where there's a lot of people who have a lot of diverse needs for personal transportation, and if Lime is going to be part of that, and these scooters are going to stick around, I think we need to work together on integrating it into part of Rochester to make it more safe and accessible.
Both the city and company say they are committed to keep the streets safe and tidy for everyone. The city of Rochester also encourages people to follow local ordinances and preserve right-of-way access for people of all abilities. Summer is the peak of moving season, and June and July will be busy months of transition in Rochester. The number of complaints against moving companies has increased steadily over the past decade, and this morning on our KTTC News Today, we got some tips on how to avoid being scammed.
So 2 things I would love for everyone to remember is you want a company that's insured and bonded. What does this mean? You're having the company stay accountable for state best practices, and the customer has a peace of mind that the company's going to take their job seriously when it comes to moving. And you want to shop around. So the same way you wouldn't take the first car off of the lot,
Right.
see different estimates, find something at an hourly rate.
Kevin Sarmiento with 2 men and a truck suggests getting at least 3 moving estimates and the contract before arrival. He says if a deal seems too good to be true, it most likely is. And of course, as we told you earlier on Midwest Access, after more than 51 years working at KTTC, today our chief photographer is packing up his camera for one final time. Chuck Sibley is, of course, retiring from the business, or as he loves to call it, the racket. During his 5 decades with KTTC, Chuck has dedicated his craft to telling local stories. And Chuck, I gotta say, it's been a pleasure working with you. And before I send it back for more Q&A with you and Jesse, I've had the privilege of working with you myself as a reporter out in the field for the better part of these last 3 years. And one of my favorite memories, I'm thankful for you, Chuck, for a lot of reasons, but one of my favorite memories is you actually taught me that there's a glacier here in Minnesota. In fact, there's one in Cannon Falls. I think you can fill Jesse in a little bit more on what exactly that is.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
All right, I gotta know about this.
It's just a story I told a rookie reporter when we were coming back from a story in the cities, and it was raining really hard. She was concerned about her hair and everything.
Sure.
And I told her, don't worry, by the time we get to Cannon Falls, because there is kind of a folklore thing, but that the weather does seem to change around Cannon Falls.
Okay.
And she said, why does it change around Cannon Falls? And I just kind of looked and I thought, well, I'm going to make something up here. And so I told her that one of our former governors, Rudy Perpich, proposed that if we put a man-made glacier in underground in Cannon Falls, that it would create weather systems that would change travel and and stuff like that. So she believed me all the way from Minneapolis to Cannon Falls, and then she stared out and she saw those mountains, and and I told her she had to pay she hadn't gotten a paycheck yet, and I said, but out of every paycheck, they're probably going to take about, $10 to $15 out of your paycheck to pay something that we would call the GLA tax. GLA standing for glacier.
Sure.
She believed me. She believed me, and there was an intern in the back that was from Zumbrota, and he was just going like this to do. But she looked out at that glacier, and then she didn't want to pay the tax, and she just said, "Stupid glacier."
Well, that was a pretty detailed story. I would have believed you too. You had a lot in there.
Yeah. No, we had fun after that.
That's pretty good. Okay, we've got some more questions from Facebook. Alex says,
Oh, Alex, hey.
absolute blessing to have learned from one of the best in the racket for 2 years. And he'd like to know, Chuck, what's your favorite sporting event that you've covered for work?
Probably not just one event, but covering high school sports has been just an honor. Maybe one of my favorite honors was covering Leward High School beating Apple Valley in the 1979 state prep bowl tournament when it wasn't up at the Metrodome. They played at John Marshall Stadium and they won the state title.
So
back
cool.
when we were still shooting 16 millimeter film. Boy, did we have to scramble to get that stuff on the air.
I can't imagine.
Yeah. That was probably my favorite thing to cover. But I also love covering stuff like cross country and hockey and wrestling and girls fast pitch softball.
That's amazing.
Baseball. They're all fun.
It's pretty cool that you love the high school sports when I know you've covered, Twins World Series and things like that too. And I think I even heard an Olympics.
Yeah. I don't think I've been to cover a real Olympics, but maybe Special Olympics and things like that.
Yeah.
Those kids compete.
They do.
Those kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yep,
they
I
compete.
do. They sure do. Oh, I love it. Okay, Kirk Erickson, we're trying to get to all these people's questions. Enjoy your retirement, Seb. He said, what was the hardest pitch to hit in fastball soft pitch?
Ooh, the rise ball. No question about it, the rise ball. Because just when you think you're locked in, it's going to go zooming right past your neck.
Your neck.
Even though it starts by your knees, it comes up past your neck. But that was, for me, the hardest pitch to hit. And but they'd get me on a changeup once in a while, too.
Yeah. I don't
That's a
know.
good
I
one.
have a feeling not much gets by you, though, actually.
Well, you got to swing hard in case you hit it.
true.
Swing hard in case you hit it.
Well, thanks, Chuck. We're going to keep him around for the end of the show, too.
Okay.
And coming up next, we've got our trending stories. This disabled vet has been pulled over many times by the cops, but he received a ticket this time. We'll tell you why when we come back in What's Trending.
Missed part of our newscast? KTTC.
Welcome back. We've got What's Trending for you. First of all, Britney Spears says she is safe after an alleged fight with her boyfriend on Wednesday night. And that's according to a source close to her. It's unclear exactly what happened. We do know that the paramedics were called to Chateau Marmont Hotel in West Hollywood, where Spears is staying. She left, though, with her security team. And on Thursday, Spears posted on Instagram that she twisted her ankle. Paramedics showed up at her door, quote unquote, illegally. She said they didn't come in the room, but she felt harassed.
Okay.
I don't know. No comment from Spears representatives. I don't know. I feel for Britney. I mean, I feel like I don't know, like I want to mom her a little bit. I love her, and I feel bad for all that she seems to go through. It seems to be a hard knock life.
I'm bad at keeping up with pop culture. Caitlin keeps me up to date on those different kind of things. But fun fact about me, my first ever CD.
Yes.
Because I had my little portable CD player when I was a kid. One of my first CDs was one of Britney Spears' early CDs. Oops, I did it again.
Oh, that's perfect. That's a great first CD.
That's a great one when
That's
I was growing up. Yeah. Well, Walgreens is reportedly limiting online sales of a gummy candy after a big bump in popularity in the wake of a viral video review. Okay. Oh, I think I've heard about these like gummy mango things. According to USA Today, the pharmacy chain is limiting online sales of gummy mango peelable candy to 1 bag per customer. The treat is part of the chain's Nice brand and sells for about $1.99 a bag. Walgreens released the peelable candy about 2,700 in about 2,500 stores last fall. A glowing TikTok review blew it up in January, causing the product to sell out nationwide for just 4 days.
Oh my gosh.
Walgreens credits the product's rise in popularity to that and other social media influencers. So as a result of the product's success, Walgreens plans to sell it in 8,000 stores beginning May 22nd. I've never seen the video of like it doing whatever. How do you like peel it open?
I don't know.
Do you just bite it? Like
it makes me want
is it like
to try
a wax
it, though.
candy?
Oh, really? With like maybe juice or something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've just seen videos of people like, we're going to go hunt for this peelable mango. And they're like going to all the
really?
Walgreens stores. It's when I fall
out.
down my little Facebook rabbit hole of just like mindless videos in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've never actually seen like what they look like. So this is the first time I actually like see what they look
Well,
like.
if anyone knows where some is, we would love to find out. Find our Facebook page and send us a message. Well, a horse trainer battling cancer is preparing for his Kentucky Derby debut tomorrow. Larry Demerite is a horse trainer from the Bahamas who was one of the best from his homeland, and he always had his eye on the American dream. He moved to the United States in 1976 and is still on a quest for that dream. He's set to make his very first appearance in the Kentucky Derby tomorrow. So no black trainer or jockey has won the Kentucky Derby since 1902 with Jimmy Winkfield, and he's the first black trainer to have a horse in the field in 35 years and the first Bahamian and Caribbean trainer to qualify for the Run for the Roses. He's battled cancer on and off for the last 28 years. He still has to do chemo monthly at Frankfurt Hospital, and that lasts up to 5 hours. And so he says, of course, some days are really tough, some days are better, and his family, his team, and those horses keep him going. So he hopes to continually motivate and inspire others, but it'd really be special if he could stand in that winner's circle one time.
That would be fantastic, and especially with everything going on. Sometimes you just need a little bit of boost.
Yes, a little hope.
So I hope the cards, the running of the horses, whatever they call it, falls in his favor. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be great. I hope we get to report that on Monday.
Well, Thomas Graham says he was in his motorized wheelchair, not violating any laws for the past year and a half. He said he hasn't had any issues getting around in his wheelchair until recently. Thomas had a run-in with a Jefferson County Sheriff's deputy. The deputy classified Thomas's wheelchair as a low-power scooter and issued him a ticket for not having it registered.
No way.
In a statement, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says Thomas was driving 40 miles per hour, wearing headphones, and was unaware of the deputy trying to pull him over. The deputy wrote Thomas a low-level ticket of $24.50 in an effort to encourage him to be safer on the roads. The sheriff's office said Graham admitted he had been pulled over by other officers before for the same thing and only received warnings. He is determined, though, to fight the ticket in court later this month.
Okay.
I didn't know they could do tickets that low.
I know. I didn't either. But when you're watching him, he's cruising pretty fast.
He just was like going, and I was like, I didn't think they could go that fast.
No, I didn't either. Well, we still have a lot to come. Coming up, my visit this morning with K&S Heating, where we learn how a heat pump actually cools your home.
The cornerstone of Investigate TV is investigative journalism.
Hi, I'm Jesse, and we're here at K&S Heating. I'm here with Brian. Brian, thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by today.
Yes, we want to learn about heat pumps. So there's a difference between air conditioners and heat pumps. They look the same, but so tell us what the difference is.
Yeah, so an air conditioner is a traditional air conditioner. It works to cool your house in the summertime. And a heat pump does the same exact thing in the summertime. It'll cool your house, but then in the winter, the heat pump can actually heat your house as well.
Okay, this seems like brilliant technology. Is this something new?
It's really not new. They've been around for years. It's just that the technology has really come a long ways in the last few years, making it so that the efficiency is improved. They use less electricity, and now they can produce heat cheaper than a lot of traditional furnaces and air conditioners can.
Okay, this is seems like a no-brainer, right? Brilliant to do. And so what about the cost involved if you were going to put in an AC unit or a heat pump?
Well, that's the great thing. I mean, typically a heat pump is actually going to cost less than an air conditioner because of all the rebates and tax credits from the federal government and the local utility companies.
Okay, that makes it really a no-brainer. Yep. And also, okay, so sometimes when I hear tax rebates, I think, oh, there's a lot of paperwork. I'm not sure if I know how to do that. Do you guys help with that?
We do. We help take care of all the utility rebates, and then we provide receipts so that you can give them to your tax provider, and your tax person can help you get the tax money back from the government.
Wow. So, I mean, this is really, again, I've said it now a bunch of times, but it's a no-brainer. The cost is less, the efficiency is better for the environment, better for your wallet, because you can use this then as an air conditioner, obviously in the summer, but then in the spring and the fall, when it's not too cold, you can use this for your heat source as well.
That's correct. Yep. You can save quite a bit of money by operating it in the spring and the fall, and in some cases in the winter as well. And use it for air conditioning just like you normally do the whole rest of the summer.
Okay, this is great. And so you've still got your furnace for those 10 below days and that kind of a thing.
Right.
But let's say your furnace goes out. I mean, we've all had that happen at times, and it's always the worst time too. I'm thinking now you have a backup heat source?
It is nice. I mean, if your furnace has an issue or it's getting serviced or whatever, you can run the heat pump in the meantime.
Nice. Okay, that's just another amazing benefit. Let's walk over to them just a little bit so people can see the difference, which is really hard to tell, honestly. So this one
This one here is an air conditioner, and you can see they look identical, but the only way you can really identify them is the air conditioner is sitting on a traditional pad, and the heat pump sits up on its special stand to keep it up out of the snow and help during what they call a defrost cycle that happens in the winter.
So again, this might seem like new technology or something that you haven't heard of, but really lots of your friends and neighbors may have these because they look identical. You wouldn't even know the difference unless you happen to notice it's up on a stand.
Right. Here at K&S, we've had a heat pump for almost 10 years. I've had a heat pump in the last 2 homes that I've lived in. Heat pumps have been around almost as long as air conditioners. Wow. It's just that a lot of people in the north climate aren't as used to them as people are in the south.
Sure.
And with all the advances in technology, we're seeing a huge uptick in people purchasing heat pumps in the north, and there's a lot of reason to do so. I mean, it saves you money, saves energy, and believe it or not, you can buy a heat pump for less than you can buy an air conditioner because of the rebates and tax credits.
That's crazy. So this is the time to do that because who knows how long those tax credits and rebates will be available. So this is kind of your time to get in on this great technology. And you're going to want to call K&S Heating. You guys are the experts. So tell us how we get in touch with you.
Yeah, give us a call, 282-4328, or get hold of us on the internet. You can give us a call. We'd be happy to talk to you more about heat pumps and help you find out what it would take to get one put in your home.
Oh, thank you so much, Brian. We really need the help with that education piece, just knowing what a heat pump is and how it can benefit us. Thanks again for inviting us.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks again, Brian. It was so interesting to find that out, and we always want to pass on those money-saving tips and tricks to you. Well, coming up, your full weather forecast is next, and we'll see Rick Baum, who is the artistic director of the Choral Arts Ensemble and Honors Choirs of Southeast Minnesota. He is here. And one more time, your question of the day. The average American ignores this for 4 months. What is it? Well, head over to our Facebook page. You can see what other people have answered and put in your 2 cents too, and we'll take a look at the answer at the end of the show.
From sunny to severe and everything in between.
It's time for your first alert weather forecast here at Midwest Access. Welcome back. We've been enjoying some great sunshine here across the area today. Hopefully you at home have been able to get outside. I noticed a lot of people out and about here all afternoon long. Good day to get outside. Look at all that sunshine. Whether you were along the riverside in Lake City today, downtown Rochester, out towards Austin and Albert Lee, even Mason City, fantastic conditions and just widespread sunshine. Absolutely beautiful out there. Temperature-wise, gorgeous. We are looking at slightly above average temperatures into those upper 60s, 68 degrees currently here in Rochester. Our winds staying light out of the southwest, about 9 miles per hour. Locally, area-wide, those wind speeds staying about 5 to 10 miles per hour. When we look at our local temperatures, many of us into those upper 60s and a lot of lower 70s. Essentially most of northeast Iowa at about 70 degrees or so. A little warmer towards the riverside there at 72, but it is fantastic. And with our sunshine comes another chance for some rain showers on the way as we roll into the weekend. But for now, this evening, if you want to get outside, a good one to do that. Future track radar continuing to show some pretty quiet conditions overhead. We'll watch kind of a little bit of some shower activity. We may catch a couple sprinkles here over this evening, but for the most part, we'll stay pretty dry tonight. Our next rain chance, though, does arrive as we head into the weekend. So tonight, as we head past that dinner time frame, closer to about midnight or so, we'll start to see cloud cover increasing with those isolated showers possible there for your Saturday morning. And looking ahead as we continue with a pretty active weather pattern, additional rain chances are possible throughout next week. So when we look at that rainfall forecast there, you'll notice that we see those morning chances there for your Saturday. We'll actually get a 2-day break between Sunday and Monday, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, tracking some stray to isolated rain chances here for the area. Here's a look at your future track radar. Again, next couple hours, things staying pretty quiet. We may catch a couple sprinkles, but otherwise I think the majority of us will stay dry here through tonight. After about midnight, cloud cover does roll back into the area. So by about 4 a.m. or so, we'll start to see some showers, maybe a couple isolated thunderstorms rumbling through, but for the most part should be just some garden variety of rain showers that will move through during the mid to late morning hours by 8 a.m. A lot of that activity getting closer to the Highway 52 corridor. And then by about 10, 11 o'clock, most of that activity activity pulling out of our area to the east. However, we could still see a few lingering showers by about 1, 2 o'clock along the Mississippi River side. The rest of the afternoon and evening, things looking much drier and quiet as we look forward to more sunshine and quiet conditions there for Sunday. Tonight, as I mentioned, we'll look to see some showers pulling back into the area very late, but cloud cover increasing as well, and looking to see those morning rain showers for your morning. And well, here's the part of that 70 forecast there, looking ahead to more rain chances for the area. Jesse?
Thank you, Sarah. Rick Vom is the artistic director of the Choral Arts Ensemble and Honors Choirs of Southeast Minnesota. And Rick is retiring as the founding director of both of these organizations. And the final Choral Arts concert will be on Saturday, May 4th and Sunday, May 5th. And we've got a new artistic director that is named as well, Ryan Degnan.
Yes, we're really excited. Ryan's been artistic director or director of choral activities at University of Minnesota Duluth.
Oh, wow.
And he's coming down as of July 1st. He's very talented, great classical musician, does vocal jazz too. He's a great singer, so the future looks real bright.
Oh, good. That feels good to pass the baton on to someone that you know is going to take good care of it.
And a really fun guy. Really
cool.
just, I think it's going to be great. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, I want to hear a little bit about your career here. We were talking just a little bit ago about 40 years.
Yeah. I started, well, actually, I sang in the symphony chorale way back in the early 80s and met a couple guys and said, gee, we should get together and sing some of this Renaissance stuff that I know about. And so we started a little octet, and that went great guns. And then we decided, well, let's have SATB, let's have the women join us, and that started in '85.
Okay.
And then we spun off, well, let's have high school kids do some of this, and so that was the Honors Choir started in '92.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been, this is the 39th year for Choral Arts Ensemble.
That's amazing. Think of all the concerts, all the art that you've provided the Rochester community.
Lots of singers.
Yeah.
And choral singers are great people. They're patient and they're team players, and you know, it's really...
You've got to be.
You got to be.
Yeah,
it's a blessing.
You've got to be. Well, we've got up this graphic too for the final Choral Arts concerts. Again, May 4th, 7:30, May 5th at 3. And then that's at Christ United Methodist Church. But also you've got a workshop that maybe you'd like to share about.
Right. To celebrate this last concert, we've commissioned Dale Trumbore. She's a fantastic composer from Southern California, and she's flying in today to attend the concerts. And she's written a beautiful piece for us. And she's going to talk about the piece and talk about composing and how you might want to be a composer, or what steps you might take, or what influenced her in her life. And that's a workshop Saturday at 2 at Christ United Methodist. It's free. Just come on in and learn something about how to maybe explore life as a composer.
Yeah, I think those types of careers are especially hard to wrap your mind around sometimes, you know, especially as like a middle school, high school, well, even as an adult. It's like, okay, how do I get to those steps? So that's really an amazing opportunity.
Yeah. And for the choral singers too, just to see how she puts together a piece and what was she thinking about here. Why did the bass get that melody and not the soprano? Yeah, that'd be fun.
Very fun. Well, thank you, Rick, and also congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for what you've brought to the Rochester community over all these years.
It's been a blessing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. More to come on Midwest Access. Our studio is looking so festive. Rainbow Balloons by Angelica is up next. It was a pleasure getting to meet you.
Life's
Well, look at this. Angelica Castro we have here. She is a balloon designer and owner of Rainbow Balloons by Angelica. She's originally from Colombia and lived here in the U.S. for about 5 years, and 2 of those years we've been lucky enough to have you in Rochester.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. I am so happy.
We are so happy to have you. You've been creating this amazing masterpiece while we've been here, and so I get to hear a little bit of your story, and I'm so excited to get to share. We talked about, you've got quite a background in research, and here working at Mayo for a large portion of time, but then kind of COVID happened, you had a baby, and you always loved doing balloons. And so tell us about how your passion evolved into this business.
Sure. This started in Colombia. I always like to help, but it's like a hobby.
Yeah.
I love it to do it. Later I came here and I say, I don't know, we need these Latin colors and a lot of things. Yeah, and I start making more. I start study. I am doing my professional balloon designer, and I had my first baby.
Yes.
And when I take to the daycare, the first day was so hard to me, and I say, okay, I need to start doing something different because I want to pass more time with my boy.
Yes.
And he is a rainbow baby, and later I am in my 37 weeks pregnant, and it's my rainbow baby too.
Yes, so that's kind of how you came up with rainbow balloons. Is both of these babies are your rainbow babies, and so what a perfect fitting name, Rainbow Balloons by Angelica. And we've got some information there on the screen so you can see how you can get in touch with her, because any event that you have, I mean, my goodness, you cover everything. So today we've got springtime, and then also the rainbow for hope, which is great, which you are carrying right now. It's wonderful hope.
Yes, and today I do a lot of twisting balloons because they are hard but are nice. And it's something I really like to make it because in every party, the people love it.
Yes,
yeah,
they're
flowers.
incredible. I don't even know if we can do it justice. Seeing it on TV, you're going to need to call her and see her in person. But the creativity, the art that is involved, you can tell you've been studying with a master designer. It really shows.
Yes. This is the first one in United States.
Wow.
In Florida, and I am doing right now, and I almost done.
Oh, cool.
And I do that just because I want to have the professional balloon designer, because I was balloon designer for quite a time. But now I want to have
to up the skills.
Exactly.
That kind of fits with your research background as well. I can see how, you're a person who wants to research and be the best at that. So how lucky are we to have you here in Rochester?
Thank
and so you've made some other really beautiful designs. This KTTC is incredible. If we can see that. And then also for graduations.
Yes.
So I have 2 graduates this year as well, but a lot of people with graduations coming up. And so that information is also on our website, but I bet you are getting booked up. So people probably need to get in contact with you.
And I want to talk about these ones a little bit, is because these ones are really small ones, but I make a huge
This
ones.
is small? Oh,
yes,
wow.
This is a smaller ones. This is just for here, like a really, this is my mini.
This is the mini. So you do huge balloons.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And I really want the people know about the balloon bouquets, because balloon bouquets are easy to take at home and make a really good memories.
You do such good memories.
Yes.
Angelica, thank you so much.
Oh,
the time goes so fast. There's so much to talk about, so make sure you check her out more online. And we'll be right back with that question of the day and some final thoughts with Chuck Sibley, who's retiring today, so don't go away.
Midwest Access on KTTC.
You can ignore this for 4 months. What is it? Check engine light.
Oh,
ooh, you were good. You were right on that, Jesse.
I'm glad I'm not the older one. Well, Chuck, it's been a pleasure to work with you, and I'm so glad I got to work with you for the first time today. And in a few seconds, you'll see a little video that I sneak peeked while you were taking us around. Again, thank you so much for your dedication to the Rochester community. And we've got Noah Kaplan and Micah. Any final thoughts here with Chuck?
I mean, put me on the spot, but Chuck, we love you. I mean, we've done so much work with you over the years, and it's just always been a pleasure working alongside you.
Same here.
And this is my first job in any newsroom whatsoever, and you taught me so much. Every time we went out together, you taught me so much, and I'll always be thankful for that.
Oh, yeah, your inflection went up 150%.
Yeah, from
really
what it was
did.
at the beginning, it definitely did. And
No, you're a true professional. And a Wolverine fan, but whatever.
You'll forgive him for that. And a beautiful bouquet from at Balloons by Angelica.
Hey,
so
thank
that
you.
is for you as well.
Thank you very
Chuck.
much. Wow.
It's amazing. What a great show and what a great man. Thank you for being here.
Oh, and this is my partner, Micah, passing the torch.
Yeah.
We're passing the torch.
Besides,
coming up on KTTC News today at 5, Down to the Wire, an update on how those in St. Paul are wrapping up this legislative session. Plus, how you can get the Cinco de Mayo party started a little early in Albert Lea. But first, a man sentenced to 30 years in prison for fatally shooting a woman 3 years ago. Your 5 o'clock news starts right now.
live from your local news leader, this is KTTC News.